So, Prince Harry doesn't understand our First Amendment right to free speech. He thinks it's bonkers. Well, you know what I think is bonkers? Being born into one of the most powerful families in the world, only to have every aspect of your life micromanaged by people that simply want to use you or are forced to care for you, only to marry a woke woman that seems to have picked up the jockstrap your maids and butlers cleaned for you for years. Newsflash, Harry, I love my God-given right to free speech, as evidenced by my previous sentence. Americans love their God-given right to free speech too, and no amount of Oprah interviews or Netflix deals or book deals will give you an amount of money to buy yours for you. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me on Things That Need to Be Said while the big tech overlords allow you to do so. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangadis. Harry's dumbass comment was just the catalyst for a much larger conversation that needs to be had. I get so many comments from a lot of you that say something to the effect of, "Thank you for saying the things that I wish I could say." First, thank all of you for even listening to the words that come out of my mouth. I will always be eternally grateful for it. You guys have no idea. But what do we do about this? What do we do to embolden enough people so that I never have to get that comment again? Let's take a look at it. And just know that when I say you or your, I'm speaking in generalities and not about any one person in particular.
It's not about you.
On a minute-to-minute basis, people from all walks of life try to shame you for the things that need to be said. The truths that some of those people don't want the average person who goes along to get along know, because then it disrupts their perceived control and power over your thinking. These are the same people who, ironically, are always the ones trying to banish you from existence for what they call shaming others. Well, I say to hell with that. Say what you want when you want. You get banned on Facebook? Who cares? You shouldn't be living your life on Facebook anyway. Some purple-haired freak on Twitter gets you banned because you know that men can't get pregnant? First of all, who is that person to you? No one. A zero. Place that same level of value on how much you care whether Jack Dorsey and his Silicon Valley nerds approve of your speech or not.
Nerds! Nerds. Nerds. Nerds!
If you have something that you firmly believe in, don't pre-censor yourself because you fear some kind of blowback you might receive from strangers who, in the grand scheme of things, don't matter in your life. So why does this need to be said?
Tell me. Please tell me.
This country's founding fathers, along with the greatest generation that kicked ass in World War II, would shake their heads in disgust at all of us for allowing these government, media, celebrity, and athletic parasites, who I only call that because they would literally be nobody if not for all of us, but for allowing these people to essentially dictate and shape how we live our lives, but in particular, how we communicate with each other and the world. Being perfectly honest, those primarily on the left, some on the right, try to squelch free speech because they know without it that the masses steadily become dumber and forget how to communicate for themselves, thus creating the manufactured need for an overly politically correct culture, now known as social justice woke culture.
I can't believe you've done this.
The problem is that the people who always try to speak for you aren't all that intelligent themselves. They just have mostly worthless pieces of expensive paper that used to mean something when universities were more focused on helping cultivating our best and brightest instead of indoctrinating students to be woke, useful idiots. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Free speech is there to protect the speech you don't like. If we all said things that everyone agreed with, would there really be a need for the free speech portion of the First Amendment? You don't want free speech to go away? Don't let it. If enough people get vocal about it and essentially tell the powers that be no more, they will have no choice but to capitulate. At least that's the hope. Of course, that's easier said than done, but that's why this needs to be said. Now, while I disagree almost entirely with most of what late author Kurt Vonnegut thought politically, every now and then a leftist will accidentally let a little truth leave their lips. I'm going to leave you with something Vonnegut is attributed to as saying that I believe says it all about how fervent we should be in our protection of not only our entire Constitution, but the First Amendment specifically. Quote, "All these people talk so eloquently about getting back to good old-fashioned values. Well, as an old poop, I can remember back to when we had those old-fashioned values. And I say, let's get back to the good old-fashioned First Amendment of the good old-fashioned Constitution of the United States, and to hell with the censors. Give me knowledge or give me death," unquote.
Hell yes.
Are you listening, Harry? Give me knowledge or give me death. We won the Revolutionary War. Welcome to America. I hope you, as well as the rest of us, hear many more things that trigger you. So, were these things that needed to be said about things that needed to be said? Let me know in the comments, where I do read most and reply to some. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel on Rumble. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, share, and give it a thumbs up. Those are the best ways to help these videos reach more people. And it's the best way to let us know you want us to keep these videos coming. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so that YouTube might actually let you know when MRC-TV comes out with a new video if they haven't censored it or taken it down yet. Like us on Facebook and check out more of our work on MRCTV.org. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangadis.